the first word or term is low vibrational or low frequency. Okay, so in the spiritual conscious, whatever community, whatever you want to call this, people have this ideal that some things are low, some things are high, right? Some things are low, some things are high. And you can really attribute this to the chakra systems or the chakra systems that we innately have within our body. Which meaning the root chakra going all the way up to the crown chakra, and then the chakras that are above that. So there's even more chakras all over your body. But root chakra is more so like your humanistic, more primitive, more I just gotta, you know, make sure I can eat, I can poop, and I can survive type of way of being. That's something that we all need. It's just like the root system in a tree. It's very rudimentary. It's very basic. Now, that's that. Some people are within that way of being and within that consciousness, mentally, subconsciously, mentally, and consciously. They are within that consciousness, right? And consciousness is just a state of awareness. It's a state of knowing. It's what you're aware of, okay? That's all that when I say conscious, that's all that it means. At least for me, in my consciousness, that's what I think of it as. But some people vibrate within that realm. And when we say vibration in general, I have a video where I always talk about vibes or vibration, but really it's just like a state of being. You know, where do you usually hang out at? Mentally, physically, emotionally. And you might be on different realms, mentally, physically, emotionally. You know, mentally you might vibrate, or you might be at a very high way of thinking. You might have high ways of thinking, but emotionally you might not be emotionally intelligent. You might not be emotionally attuned to certain things. So you might be vibrating at a certain chakra or a certain way of being emotionally, and then physically you might be even at an even lower level physically. Maybe you aren't, you know, you're more sluggish. Maybe you don't eat certain things that help you to vibrate higher. It's really a state of being where it can be consciously or subconsciously there. Do that make sense? Did I lose anybody? Let me know, and I will go even further into explanation. So when people say, oh my goodness, like that music is so low vibrational, I don't listen to that. Or people be like, oh my goodness, like this is like lowering my frequency, I don't have time for this. Like, yeah, like, why do people look and think about people like that? I mean, sometimes you can think things like that, but it's just like, if you so high up here, how is something like that gonna drag you down like that? But I don't know, maybe you're not as high as you think you are. If me playing this music gonna bring you down, because if you vibrating at a certain level, I mean, nothing down here is gonna get to you. For example, do you think that the leaves on the top of a freaking tree cares anything about them ants at the bottom on the ground carrying a piece of chip or Dorito or Cheeto that you threw on the ground? Do you think that leaf up there that's getting all that beautiful sunshine, bringing it in, bringing the nutrients down into, do you think that that leaf is paying attention to what that ant is doing on the ground? Honestly, no. Did I go into a whole nother video? I think I went to a whole other discussion. I went to, see, I said this was supposed to be neutral, but whatever, y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get today. So when people are saying like, oh my goodness, this is low vibrational, what they're saying is that this is something that is not high. This is something that is not, you know, open and wide and spiritually mature. And this is not something that's, you know, connecting all of us together. This is not something that's going beyond just the physical. This is something that's very rudimentary, very basic, very primal, very like human-like, you know. And some things that you may attribute to low vibrational will be like hatred, fear, anxiety, let's see, stagnant. Being stagnant is low vibrational. These are things that are not allowing you to grow, to ascend, to be more wide and more open and more free. Those are things that are low vibrational, or people that are low vibrational or have a lower frequency. Now, you can go into the whole good and bad theory of it all. But sometimes you do have to be a little low vibrational in a sense, or be in your lower chakras. Now, some people might even not even think that lower chakras and low vibrations are synonymous. They don't think that they are, but to a certain extent they are. But I don't want to get into all that because it's already getting a little confusing. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you need to be within that lower vibration in order for you to really ascend higher, because it gives you a state of contrast. It helps you to become more aware of where you're at. Sometimes you might think that you're up here and you so enlightened and you're just so far removed from everybody, and you just like, I got it together. I be meditating. I be eating all my fruits and vegetables. Okay, like I got all my crystals. Okay, I don't be watching no TV. I got my EMF blockers. Like I'm good. I'm drinking my, spirulina every day. Like I'm up here, and then you get into a car accident. And you know who finna come out when you get into that car accident? Homegirl that's down there that's low vibrational. She finna come out and show her A. Because guess what? You're not as high as you think you are. Okay? That's still a part of you. And that creates a contrast for you to be like, you know what? This is something for me to work on. My anger issues. My being in this worldly issues of me feeling like this car is really what I need right now. Me placing blame on others because she did this and da 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 da. It ain't my fault that I was on my phone listening to affirmations. It's your fault because you was in your car listening to some dang I don't know what the young folks is listening to nowadays. But you get where I'm saying. Do anybody get what I'm saying with this? I don't know, but that's a way of looking at it. Low vibrationals was going to bring you down. Not necessarily bad or good. It just depends on how you look at it. And high vibrational things is what's going to help you to ascend, to be more open, to be more free, to be more detached from the BS, the craziness that's happening here. Even the good or the bad that's happening here. Being in a high vibration detaches you from all of that and helps you to just be. Just be. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not, oh, I'm really, really happy. That doesn't necessarily mean high vibrational. It's just being. Like that's what high vibrational is. It's just being without anything attached to it. I can only be high vibrational if I'm happy all the time. I can only be high. You're low vibrational because it's some people that's low vibrational, as we would call them, that are extremely happy. And it's some people that we would consider high vibrational that are extremely depressed. They have deprived themselves of certain things. They have detached themselves so much from this human reality. They don't even want to be here no more. They can't even be around people no more. So that high and low vibrational, it can get real sticky. I was talking about that for a while. So let me